What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sempre Inter TV. Back again to discuss some rather juicy drama that's going on at Inter. They're not leaving us without any entertainment this summer, don't worry. We'll be kept very busy by them. As I said, when Marotta first came into the club, this is going to be a summer of upheaval and a lot of change, and it has proven to be exactly that with Conte coming in. And Conte has come in with an iron fist and has claimed that he does not want Icardi to be part of the Inter future at any point. There is no condition that he's willing to negotiate this. He wants Icardi out. So Icardi FC boys, you got a long summer ahead of you. Conte is a coach who likes, he puts the team above everything else. He does not care about individuals. You can go back in his history of management, and there you can see that is the truth. He does not care about the star player or the player that could create something out of nothing. If he's not playing for the team, working hard for the team, or creating disharmony within the team, he's out. Diego Costa at Chelsea, prime example. He was the top scorer for Chelsea in the first season for Antonio Conte. The season after, complete fallout. He was causing some sort of issue in the dressing room. We're not quite clear what it was, but yeah, Conte was willing to sacrifice his top scorer, his big target man up front. Diego Costa was really one of the best strikers in the world at that time, and he was willing to sacrifice that for the harmony of the team. And it looks like the same is going to happen to Mauro Icardi after all the saga with the Wanda, Perisic, Icardi, Marotta. Everything that went on with Spalletti last season, which was an absolute disgrace. Spalletti, I think, did amazingly well to keep the team together with everything that was going on at the time. I think Conte just sees, whatever Icardi says now, whatever, if he tries to make up for it, he just sees him as a bad egg in the team. And I think, Antonio Conte has definitely read Robert Greene's 1998 best-selling book, 48 Laws of Power. And I've read that too. Yes, I read books sometimes. And in that book, one of the laws is actually to stay away from the misfortunate and the unlucky or the unhappy. In the book, actually, these misfortunate or unlucky people are actually called the infectors, who are infecting your life, or in this case, infecting our team. And they actually lists out seven factors that you can tell what an infector is. Starting off with number one, they draw misfortune upon themselves. I mean, that definitely rings a bell, right? With Icardi recently bringing misfortune upon himself with all his behaviour with Wanda. They have a turbulent past, once again, rings a bell. They have a long line of broken relationships. In here, Spalletti, Perisic, whatever's going on with the Balkan part of the group with Icardi, that's definitely there. They have an unstable career. I mean, that's definitely, he's not in the Argentina Copa America squad. He should be there right now, and he's not. Desire to destroy and unsettle. And number 7, they look at the effect that they have on the world around them, and look at the effect this whole drama has had on this team. It's clearly not been beneficial. It left us with a man short in the Europa League when we were really short in that in that period. We were very short with injuries, and our squad was short anyway due to the settlement agreement with UEFA. And overall, it definitely had a downturn to our season since that thing happened with the captaincy in February. Our form took a big dip, and they never really recovered after that. And then one of the recommendations in the actual book is to recognize the fortunate so that you may choose their company, and the unfortunate so you may avoid them. I mean, this is not even just the case of Icardi. This can be said about many of the players that have been part of this Inter team for the last 3 or 4 years. The likes of Icardi, yes, but also Perisic, Vecino, D'Ambrosio. These guys have all been there, and they've all been part of these misfortunes in the team. The team has been underachieving for many years, has been falling, as we fell in the Champions League at the important point, in the Europa League, in the Coppa Italia. Yes, recently in the last 2 years, we've come good at the most important point of the season, which is the last game of the season to clinch the Champions League. But why are we getting there in the first place? Why are these players continuously underperforming. And for me, it shouldn't be just Icardi who should be punished for this. Perisic should also be punished for this. I put him in that infector group of people because he wanted out in January, put in a transfer request. I've never seen that happen in my time supporting Inter. I don't recall a player putting in a transfer request for, he wanted his move to Arsenal, to the Premier League, and it didn't happen. Backfired in his face, was left out of the team for only a match and then came back. I mean, Conte seems like he wants to keep him, so I'll back Conte and Marotta, whatever decision they take this summer. But for me, if someone like Icardi needs to go to cleanse the dressing room, Perisic also needs to go for his behaviour. I mean, if he's looking to be converted into left wing back, which he does have the potential to be a good left wing back if he wants to, and that seems to be the future for him under Conte if he stays, then yes, then he can stay. But if the aim is to cleanse the dressing room, then I think he should leave. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Is Inter being a bit too harsh on Icardi? Should they actually forgive him and try to reintegrate him with the squad? What about Perisic? Should he stay? I'm really interested to know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Of course, all of this has a play on the transfer market as well. I mean, Icardi's transfer value has taken a big nosedive. I mean, yeah, it's on that island on Lost now. That plane that crashed into the island, like there's nothing recoverable. It used to be definitely worth over 100 million before, with his 110 million release clause. Looked like it was maybe even too low at some points, and now it looks like we can't even get the sort of 50-60 million mark with not much interest around him. Juve seems to be the prime candidate, and that really hurts. If Icardi goes to Juve, he's still one of the best poachers in the world. He definitely will score goals there. Don't really see him fitting in if Sarri goes there, with the Sarri ball. A lot of one-touch play and quick passing play is not really Icardi's forte. I don't want to see him go there, but the move, apparently the transfer rumour is that Inter trying to swap him for Dybala. And I mean, I would be up for that. A Dybala-Lautaro partnership up front, that sounds very meaty, very juicy. Dybala, of course, had a really bad season last year with only, I think, 2 goals in the Serie A. So his value has also plummeted. He's only scored like 1 goal for Argentina in 19 appearances as well, which is really poor return for someone who's supposed to be, one of the top talents in the world, as Juventini would put it. He definitely is a top talent, but not sure as highly rated as some Juventini rate him. What do you think? Would you take an Icardi-Dybala swap? At the moment, I think I would, just because of it's so difficult to sell Icardi at the moment, and we need a player with the creativeness of Dybala in the team. But yeah, that's it, guys. That was my take on this whole situation with the Conte Icardi and the 48 laws of power of Conte. Keep a lookout for our next videos this summer, as I said. Like and subscribe if you like the video. Thanks for your support. Forza Inter. Ciao.